On today's episode on Corn Winds, we're featuring a 17-year-old designer who's not only made costumes for a school play but has also donated PPEs for frontliners and more recently started her very own scrunchie business. Thank you so much, Bianca, for coming here to our studio.
Thank you for having me.
So, Bianca, gani how we mentioned during the intro that you're 17 years old. Is that true?
Yes, I am.
When did you start learning how to sew?
I was about 6 when I started to get interested in designing, and I used to play with my Barbie dolls and just find fabric, scrap fabric, and create like dresses using tape and staplers. And then I started learning how to hand sew at 7.
Wow.
Yeah, and then I remember my parents got me a sewing machine when I was 12, so that's when I started to learn. And I just learned from our family, mananahe. She taught me how the basics of sewing, so that's how old I started.
Hi everyone, Ariana Grande here. I'm here wondering, I'm wearing Bianca's scrunchie right here. It's so adorable. Bianca, can I wear this? Thank you. Next. So to everyone watching our episode, if you think my hair tie is cute, it's actually made by Bianca right here. So make sure to follow her IG page. Now, before we move on, Bianca, what's the inspiration behind these cute and adorable scrunchies?
Okay, so first of all, as you know, I'm really into sewing and I like starting up different kinds of projects. I know that almost every girl can agree with me that they've probably lost their hair ties like all the time, right?
Yeah, a million times.
So with scrunchies, they're not only cute, they come in a lot of colors. They're comfy to wear in your hair and in your wrist, and it's a need basically for almost every girl, I bet.
Yeah, it's also like hard to lose because scrunchies are pretty big, so like you can easily spot them.
Exactly. And they match almost every outfit.
Yeah, right. Like this one here. So Bianca, aside from scrunchies, what else do you make?
I like to make clothes. I like to make Halloween costumes for my siblings, and I also make costumes for our school theater club.
Nice.
Yeah, and I'm really into designing and creating clothes, and I experiment with a lot of different stuff, like adding, let's say, lights in a costume, or like a transformative dress or something like that. So I just like to experiment like by myself.
So Bianca, aside from scrunchies and costumes and all your DIY clothes, I also heard that you've made PPEs before.
Yeah, this quarantine, I actually remember that there was one day when I was thinking, oh, I should do something with my talent. And since it was still early in the pandemic, I thought of helping out to the
Frontliners.
Frontliners,
Because they need the PPE most, right?
And then I found this page on Facebook. It was called Lihok Marcella, and they were looking for mananahes or people who could sew, just like the basics. And then I messaged the girl, and then she sent me about 10 pieces to start, and then like ready cut fabric. So all I had to do was just sew them, and then I gave it back to them, and then they donated it to other people.
And now, Bianca, before we end things, what can you say or what's your message to our local creators out there or to anyone who's aspiring to be like you, to open a business and all that amidst the pandemic?
So my message to you guys is you should use your God-given talents to serve others. And it feels really nice to do something you love to do, but it feels even better to do what you love to do and share it to others and for the greater good and for God's greater glory.
That's a really sweet and wonderful message, Bianca. Thank you so much for coming to our show and for inspiring all of us and our viewers to really use our talent for the greater good. Thank you so much, Bianca.
Thank you for having me.
And may I keep this?
Sure.
Thank you. All right, everyone. So that's it for today's episode on Corn Winds. Make sure to give this a like and follow Bianca's page here in Instagram. And we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.